everybody, and welcome back to What the Heal. It has been a little bit longer of a pause than I anticipated for the return of season 2, but here we are. We are back, so welcome. Thank you so much for being here. See, there's been a little bit of a shift this time, so I'm on video, which is a lot different, but we have to do the things that we're afraid of and make us uncomfortable because so much growth happens there. So I am challenging myself to show up for you, not just here through my voice, but actually on camera as well. So I've got just such an amazing season that is planned for you, and it's going to be, aside from the video, just a little bit different than last season. Not only do I have people on who are experts in their field sharing their story and their journey, but I also have people who have just been on their own healing journey and aren't experts necessarily in any of the healing arts fields, but they are experts on what they've went through, and I think that is so powerful to have them on sharing their stories. I got chills and tears just thinking about the guests that we've got coming on. So I'll tell you, it is worth the wait that I've had you on for season 2, and I do apologize in taking so long to getting this back up. Funny thing, I actually bought all my own podcast equipment, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this myself. And actually all that podcast equipment is still in boxes because it's really, really complicated to do on your own in that way. And so I had this grand idea that I can do this. And now here we are a year and a half later, and season 2 is just coming because that is not my forte. And that's okay to have things that aren't in your skill box. It's okay to reach out and seek others for that. It doesn't mean I got in my head about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, here I am with these boxes. And then it was like, I just wanted to put them in the closet, right? I don't even want to fucking look at them because it's a reminder that I'm not doing the thing that I said I was going to do. How many of those do we have in our lives? How many ways do we hold ourselves to things that's not a thought pattern that serves me? That's not something that expands my growth. It was actually hindering my growth because I wasn't being nice to myself. And we do that. We do that a lot, which is why I'm healed today, right? That's why I do the work that I do, because I have recognized those different scenarios in my life, and this is not going to be one of them. So I am back here on season 2 with an incredible team who is going to make this our best season yet, right? And I hope that they just keep getting better and better because we have that ability. There's something that I've started doing when I wake up is saying, okay, universe, like, show me how easy it can be. And that's this right here. I was making it more difficult. I was making it harder. I was holding myself back in that way. And so we need to be accountable with ourselves along our journey. And I'll always share that with you, my limitations, because my story, as I've heard through people who are like, when is the season? When are you coming back? When are you coming back? Your episodes and the people you've interviewed have transformed my life. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what a powerful thing to hear that. And so I always want to be vulnerable with you all, to share my truth and my authenticity and my setbacks with myself in that way. So here we are, season 2, setting you up, and I have had a little bit of a journey since we last spoke. I was thinking about it. I was like, wow, July 2023. And here we are, December 2024. There is a lot of life that has happened in between now and then. I actually had a car accident back in May, and it's been quite a journey in and of itself. I was rear-ended by somebody, and if you've been a part of my journey for a while, I've actually been in multiple car accidents. I was just feeling really, really good from my 2021 accident, and then here came this new one, which brought a whole lot of issues, a lot of limited mobility issues, a lot of pain. I was dealing with really bad migraines every single day. Sometimes I still do, but they're not quite as intense as they were. I'm not able to do all of the activities that I love. And that it's been this time, finally, this time on my journey, the acceptance that I felt within that, instead of before, where I've had to take time off from doing the activities that I love. And then suddenly my body changes and I call it a little soft around the edges. You start to experience that. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And before, when I've had accidents, I would get so in my head and call myself lazy and fat and all of these different things that we pile on. And so this accident, as hard as it's also been really incredible to feel my shift on my own on that journey and to not be so mean to myself. It's just, we do that and we put those limitations on ourselves. We're the ones saying those things. Like, instead, I'm like, body, I am so grateful for you. I am so grateful for the movement that you still can do. Like, I love you as you are, soft or not. Like, it's that level is something that I actually haven't experienced with any of my accidents before. I've been not so nice to myself in those ways. And so to feel that shift and just be like, okay, this is where I am now. And that's really important, because where I am now isn't where I have to stay, and it's not where I'll be forever. But where I am now, can I be okay in that space? Can I still love myself where I am, honor myself where I am, instead of being like, no, I have to go and do that yoga class that I know I'm going to do a move and throw my back out. No, I can say it's okay to just try to touch my toes here on the floor. That's okay. And let that be enough. But we're always searching for more, better. And that's not always where we're at will allow. It doesn't allow us to push to that more or better space. And so when we can be okay in that place, instead of constantly clinging and searching and gripping, it's so peaceful. It really and truly is. And so although this accident has set me back, there's a level of peace that I've been able to find in this. And hopefully I'm able to share that with my clients, because, I work with people in pain for a living, physical pain, mental pain, both. And truly they go hand in hand. You don't have one without the other. But so often that's what we try to treat it as, separate entities, and your physical and mental and emotional, they are all married. Okay. There is no separation. And when we only try to work on the one side without acknowledging the other, we really hold ourselves back, and we keep ourselves from being able to get to that next level, whatever that may be for us when we're ready. And so I'm like, all right, let's step into that, and let's share that with others, that it's okay to have this limitation here, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be stuck there or can't ever reach your goal, right? Just maybe not right now. And when we can come to that space, it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. I'm allowed to be here. And you are, wherever you are allowed to be there. Even if it's sad, stuck on your couch, there's a period where you're allowed to be in that energy and to be in that space. It's not, oh my gosh, I shouldn't ever feel sadness or, any of those emotions that we consider dark or unpleasant. It's not that we're not supposed to feel those places. It's actually a part of our human experience. A quote that I've kind of come to through this journey is, love is found in the light, but peace is found in the darkness. And it came up to me during a meditation session, and I'm like, what? And it just kept coming in through me. And I'm like, so what do I even mean by that? And, you know, it's really easy to tap into love because that's just where the light is all around. But love and light don't actually solve everything. Love and light, if you think that we're constantly in that space, we are kind of setting ourselves up for failure right there, because part of the human experience actually is the darkness and the shadow sides. And so when we can find the peace in those places, when we can find the peace in those shadow parts of us, those pieces of ourselves that we feel like are unworthy and unlovable, and we hold shame and guilt and things like that around them, instead of embracing them as part of our experience, we hold ourselves back, right? And so we're like, but I love and I'm light, but like, what the fuck? I still feel like shit. And a lot of that goes to not being able to make peace with those parts of ourself that we feel are less than. So love is found in the light, but peace is found in the darkness. And that has just kind of stayed with me ever since I did that meditation. And I think it was a big lesson of this accident that I recently had. So, you know, everything in life has the opportunity to be our teacher. And when we can acknowledge things in that way, we create room for more possibility instead of shutting ourselves down and off from that. And like the world, there is so much possibility out there. There is so much room for expansion and for growth. And so it's okay to have that shadow time where you sit on your couch, but get the fuck up, okay? Let yourself get up as well, too. Don't just stay stuck in that place, in that space. Take a hand to your heart and a hand to your belly and just feel how magic it is that you have this heartbeat there, that you have this breath, this rise and fall, inhale and exhale, and the rhythm that the heartbeat creates. Like, that is a miracle. So if you're holding those places, you're a miracle. Right? And that's all of us. Every single person who's listening. If you're holding those places, you have both of those things. You are a miracle. There is so much room out there for a life truly beyond your wildest dreams. And that's what we want. I actually kind of get excited when things don't go as planned for me, because I'm like, oh, the universe has something better out there. It's something bigger and better than I ever could have imagined. Instead of being like, but again, that clinging and gripping and like, it's got to be that. No, it's not that option. And it's like, yes, I trust in that. And I hope this season helps you to trust in that as well, too, because it's really what it's all about with the stories that I've got coming on, the people who will be sharing their magic and their miracle with you. It's really incredible. So, you know, you're allowed to be wherever you are and to feel all the feelings, as big as they may be, but we don't have to stay stuck there. And when we can allow ourselves to move away from that, there's a lot of magic that happens out there. So that's what we're going to be diving into as we grow along. Season 2 of What the Heal. We'll be sharing other people's stories, obviously integrating, you know, my own pieces on this journey, but I really love when other people share. I love to hear and celebrate their success and their growth. And my story resonates with some and their story resonates with others. And that's when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable and to share and show up in that way, we get the spark, and we're like, holy cow, I don't have to stay stuck on this couch. So that's what we're going to be plugging you in for during this season. Something a little different as I ended season 2. So I've recently started herbalism training. So I'm going to be integrating some things like that along this journey as well. So lots of new content, information, and heals coming your way. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being patient with season 2. It's going to be worth the wait. So stay tuned. See you later.